chapters of Cadre School. The original passage has, I still felt a twinge of guilt, quite as I looked around at those who wouldn't be going back with us. All that guilt, quite aside, I couldn't rid myself of selfish joy. This made me realize something about myself. That despite more than 10 years of ideological reform, and 2 years in a Cadre school, not only did I not achieve the personal transformation that others had sought after so diligently, I hadn't even managed to get rid of my own selfishness. I was the same person I had always been. All of the main terms of Kong's sentence, shame, ideological reform, personal transformation, and selfishness, are taken from Yang passage. This close correspondence of terms, the sequence of occurrences, is what shows us that Mr. Kong's sentence is a paraphrase of this passage from Yang. Auxiliary usages like decrease, here an operation of the term selfishness, help to certify this claim. But although Kong Qingmao appropriates Yang terms, his paraphrase reveals an interpretation of Yang that elides irony. This begins with the transformation of the term shame. In Yang original passage, she tells us that she wishes all of the people in the Cadre school could return to Beijing together. The fact that she and Chen Zhangxu are allowed to return before others causes her to feel feelings of guilt and embarrassment that make sweat stand out on the brow. But despite this shame, she continues. She still cannot contain her joy. Kong Qingmao elides the positive sense of joy, and makes shame the focus of his interpretation. But this is clearly a misrepresentation of Yang passage, one that neglects the irony applied to three important terms of the Cultural Revolution: ideological reform, personal transformation, and selfishness. When using the term ideological reform, Yang distances herself from the term, characterizing it as 10 years of a policy applied to her that failed to have any effect. And when she tells us she did not achieve personal transformation, her meaning is to distinguish herself from others who sought after this form of deep transformation. Her implication is that she is proud not to have been like the others, and proud to have held on to her own sense of self. Her application of the language of the Cultural Revolution here is steeped in irony. She uses terms that everybody else codes positively with a negative connotation. Likewise, she chooses a term with a negative connotation and codes it positively. Sishing, literally self-mind, is popularly understood to have the connotation of selfishness. This is the usage that Kong Qingmao applies. And indeed, we can see that Yang is referring to this usage when she applies the auxiliary jianshao, to decrease, in the sense of to get rid of my selfishness. But when we read the next statement, I was the same person I had always been. We are